Hey, what's up everybody? This is the sixth and the last video on Greek prepositions. In this video we're going to talk about the preposition hupo. Let's begin. The preposition hupo. The preposition hupo works with two cases, with genitive and accusative. The meaning and the translation of the preposition hupo will depend whether the following word stands in the genitive or accusative case. Let's take a look. Hupo plus genitive means by. For example, hupo theou, we can see that the word theou, God, stands in the genitive case because it has the genitive case ending. So we translate hupo as by and we receive by God. The construction hupo plus genitive is very important. It is the sign of the passive voice, that something is done by someone. Whenever you see hupo plus genitive, it is a sign of the passive voice somewhere in the sentence. Now, hupo plus accusative means under. For example, hupo ton uranon, we can see that ton uranon, the heaven, has the accusative endings, and we translate hupo as under. We receive under the heaven or simply under heaven. Now let's go into the scripture and see how this preposition is used in the Bible. And the first example comes to us from the Gospel of John, chapter 1. Let's read. When you were hupoten suken eidon se. Here below I have a small assistance for us. Hupo plus genitive equals by and hupo plus accusative equals under. So let's see what we have here. So when you were hupo, this is our preposition, and now we look at the following words and we can clearly see the accusative case for this feminine noun and the feminine definite article. So this is accusative, so we translate hupo as under. So when you were under the fig tree, I saw you. A beautiful example comes to us from the first book of Corinthians, chapter 15. Let's read. Until he put all his enemies hupo tous podas autou. So this is our preposition hupo, and as we can see, the following word stands in the accusative plural. So since this is the accusative case, we translate hupo as under the feet of his, or simply under his feet. So let's put everything together. Until he put all his enemies under his feet. And this example comes to us from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 4. Let's read. Tote Jesus was led up into the desert, hupo tou pneumatos. So we begin our sentence with the word tote. I decided to include it in Greek because it's a good word to learn. Tote means then. So then Jesus was led up into the desert, hupo tou pneumatos. Here we have the hupo plus genitive construction. We can clearly see that tou is the genitive singular. We find it right here. It's actually the same for the masculine gender as well, but we know it's neuter because the word pneumatos is a neuter noun, and in fact every word which ends on ma is a third declension neuter noun, pneuma, a spirit, and here we also have the third declension, a genitive singular ending. So hupo plus genitive means by, and this construction is very important. It indicates that somewhere in the sentence we have a passive voice, and indeed we have it right here, was led up. So Jesus was led up into the desert by the Spirit. So make sure you recognize this construction. Hupo plus genitive indicates you have a passive voice. It will always help you with your translation. So let's put everything together. Then Jesus was led up into the desert by the Spirit. And this example comes to us from the book of Romans, chapter 6. Let's read. What then? Shall we sin, hoti uk esmen hyponomon, ala hypo charin? By no means. So let's see what we have here. So shall we sin, hoti, because uk esmen. Esmen is the verb to be, the verb eimi in the first person plural, meaning we are. So we are. And here we have a negative particle u. It looks like uk because this word starts with a vowel. We extend it to uk, but it means not. So because we are not hyponomon. So we need to check the case of this noun, and we see on in masculine accusative singular. So because our noun is accusative, the meaning of hypo will be under. So because we are not under law, but hypo charin. Charin is the third declension noun from charis, which means grace. And the endings of the third declension nouns are a little bit different than what we have here, because the definite articles follow the first and second declension endings, and here we have the third declension endings, which you need to learn. And if you didn't, you can still see this new, which kind of gives away the accusative case. So charis is also accusative. Even logically, you can guess that hypo charin matches hyponomon right here, accusative and accusative. So this phrase means under grace. And we also have the semicolon right here, which in Greek means a question. So this sentence is a question sentence. So let's put everything together. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under law, but under grace? By no means. A beautiful example from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 10. Let us read. And you will be hated, hypo panton diato onoma mu. So let's see what we have here. So, and you will be hated, hypo panton. We can clearly see that this is the genitive plural. It is the same for all three genders, but in this case it is masculine because it's a collective. It means all. Panton means all people, and hypo plus genitive means by. So by all people. Again, this construction, hypo plus genitive, indicates that somewhere we have a passive voice, and indeed we have it right here. Will be hated, and you will be hated by all, meaning all people. And now we have another prepositional phrase which we already learned, dia to onoma mu. So dia is a preposition, and now we have a word to onoma, which is the neuter noun of the third declension. As we mentioned, every word which ends on ma is the neuter noun of the third declension. So we have the definite article to, and we find it right here in the nominative or accusative case. So how do we know which case it is? You have two options right here. First of all, we know that preposition dia works with the genitive and accusative cases, so it cannot be nominative, it is accusative. And the second way you can check it, we know that prepositions will never work with the nominative case, so it cannot be nominative by default, because prepositions only work with genitive, dative and accusative cases. So it is 100% accusative case, and the dia plus accusative means because of, for the sake of, or simply for. So for my name. So let's put everything together. And you will be hated by all people because of my name, or simply for my name. And our final example comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 14. Let's read. And the one who loves me, agapetesetai, hupo tu patros mu. So this is our preposition hupo, and we can clearly see that we have a genitive case. We have a genitive case definite article, which we find right here, genitive masculine singular. Hupo plus genitive means by. Now we have by my father. So this prepositional phrase is quite easy to translate, by my father. And whenever we see the hupo plus genitive, we know we have to deal with the passive voice. And in this example, I left the verb in the passive voice open for us to work with. So let's see what we have here. The word agapetesete comes from the verb agapao, to love, and we can clearly see the stem of this verb right here, agape, so we know it deals with love, so love, and then we have our suffix the, which is a suffix for a passive voice, so we need to convert this verb into the passive voice in English, so be loved. And then we also have the suffix sigma, which is a suffix for the future tense, so will be loved. And finally, we have the third person singular ending, my etai, so which is confirmed by our subject, the one who loves me. So this is our subject, which matches third person singular. So the one who loves me will be loved by my father. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel and click that like button. Click, just smash that like button to show the appreciation of the work which I do. In fact, if you want me to cover a specific topic in Biblical Greek, just leave a comment below. I read all of the comments which you leave, and I will be more than happy to create a video specifically for you to cover that topic which you request. And now I wish you nothing less than success. Learn Greek, love God, all the best. Greek for All Vocab app. The best app to learn biblical Greek words. There you can learn new words by part of speech or frequency. It has intuitive design, beautiful illustrations, it has pronunciation for all the words, and overall it has a nice feel and it's easy to use. You can test your words at any time, pick short or long quizzes and see your results instantly. You can check your progress and see how you do, your strong areas and the weaknesses. It's constantly getting upgraded and improved. The link to the app is in the description box below. Go check it out, and thank you for your support.